Well, we have with us Mohit Suri and Arjun Kapoor. Their film Half Girlfriend, it has had one of the biggest openings this year, and we'll talk about the opening and much more. Pleasure having you guys on Border Gama first of all.
Thank you so much.
And are you happy with the opening that you've got? 30 crores plus?
I mean, I'm more than glad with the kind of opening that you get. I mean, you know, in today's day and age, especially with the kind of things that you're facing, the IPL final,
Bahubali,
the juggernaut called Bahubali,
right?
And another film also released in the same day. It's a great opening weekend for this.
Right. What about you, Arjun? You have promoted it like absolutely in a very enthusiastic manner.
And that's because you believe in your film, and when you go out there, you promote the film, you always hope people come and watch it. See, you work to have people come and see your film.
Sure.
So if on the weekend you're seeing 32 crores worth of tickets being sold,
right.
It's a huge number given the circumstances, but even without the circumstances, to put into perspective, films today don't take openings just like that. It's not easy to pull people to the theatre because the entertainment options are unlimited. The country has so many options available. So whether it's IPL, whether it's other films, whether it's just generally, nobody spends 300, 400 rupees on the first day or the second day or even the third day unless they're excited to see the material and they're liking the feedback that they're getting. So that's the most happy part for me, is that the film has only grown from strength to strength.
Great. And now, are you happy with the trending in terms of the way it started on the first day and then Saturday and Sunday? Are you happy with that?
I mean, yeah, you'll always want more. You'll always wish for more. There's no end to greed. Yeah, I am, because it definitely is gone. Even if it's first of all, in the numbers so high, it's very difficult to maintain a number so high. I mean, when you start from a lower number and you jump up like by a crore or two, it's considered like 50% of your growth, or 60% of your growth, or whatever.
Sure.
But when your number is so high, I mean, a 60% growth of 10 crores would be 6 crores more, jumping to 16 crores, which is a huge audience with all the things. So I just like that's the perspective that the business has actually put to us. That they told us that how it's grown by 10% every day.
Right.
So yeah,
you had the IPL final as well.
Yeah, on the Sunday, and an IPL final. I'm shooting for another show also, which on Star, which is the #1 reality show. But they were also worried about the IPL final coming on Sunday which affects them. So that is a television that you have at home. Which you can switch between channels. This is something you have to get up and go in a theatre to go and watch. So I definitely, I'm happy there's a growth, there's an upward trend, because there's an appreciation for the film. I mean, today's day and age with social media and stuff like that, you see the falls happening on the second day itself.
Correct.
Second show.
Yeah.
Second show itself.
Second day is very far away. Second show mein picture khul jati hai.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think what's nice is the fact that Saturday normally is a day where your film normally reacts to the so-called word of mouth.
Sure.
And especially in mass centers, because Friday is front-loaded. And our Friday was huge. You can't take away the fact that a 10.27 is a huge number on a
No one is taking away that.
No, I'm saying, what happens is you can't take away in the sense, you can say, chalo, ye ho gaya, ab kitna aage jayegi. But the fact is to even sustain that and grow from there on a Saturday is very, very important. Normally, Saturday is the day where, from whatever I've learned from my father, he said, Saturday is a day where even the biggest films have a slight dip.
Right.
And he was telling me, even with the villain, he had experienced a slight dip. It's a very natural thing. So with the competition...
Ashki also.
Yeah, so I think that's in itself a very, very good sign. For me, on Saturday, I realized, okay, this film has the power and love of the audience. That is what got me happy, actually.
Great. How much do you credit the music for the opening that it has got? Because the music was like a smash hit. It's like an extraordinary response that you've got for the music. So, how much would you feel that people came into the theatre?
Even in the beginning when I made Ashiki, people said, yeah, okay, the film is doing well because of the music. But you have to understand one thing, that my music is not the kind that you can take away from the film.
Right.
They're all situational songs. So
but people have this perception. I'm sorry to interrupt that you have an extraordinary sense for music. Your music directors do the stuff, but the fact is that what you choose and what you bring to the table is something that very few people have that sort of sense.
I was asking, I think your colleague though, I was asking your colleague who came last time to interview us. I asked him, why has Faridun this time not done a cover of my song? Because I always say, you did?
I did.
Which one did you?
Short.
You did a short
part.
Yeah, really? Yeah. Because I normally always see that, and that's what I know as a tracker that my music is doing well. I didn't.
That is
when you do a cover of the song, I know my music is tracking well. So I'm sorry I missed it, man. I really. And.
He refused to sing with Shraddha and me the next day.
But that is the fact is that your music did extraordinarily well, and many times people, especially the youngsters, they come in because of the fact that the music is shot very nicely, and And okay, now we'll come to.
I think it's a big contributing factor.
It is definitely. It has you can't. Indians, they love it.
Yeah,
they like
and for a romantic film, music always contributes to the emotion.
You can't take a romance with in India especially. I've never seen a romantic film that's done well with bad music in India.
No, absolutely. That is, the music has to be there. Even the certain portions which did not come out in the promos, I think that Shraddha sings that wait a little longer. That's beautifully done. Who has sung it?
This is a new girl called Anushka Sahay. She's from Pune.
She did the other song.
She's done the other song also. It's Lost Without You and all that stuff.
Yeah, so I think that was beautiful, and that's something that you see in the movie itself. You know, एक शेर मैंने लिखा है अर्जुन जी कि that अगर KRK को है हाफ गर्लफ्रेंड पसंद तो इससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है किसी और को है नापसंद तो जान दिया जा रहा है बंदा मतलब मोहित सूरी मतलब हर तरीके की
the thing is I had not invited him as someone to review my film.
शेर मुझे बहुत
है ना अच्छा है
I invited as a colleague I mean I worked with him in Villain.
जी
So he was after me to see the film.
Right.
And I said, come see the film. I didn't know he was going to review it and put it out in one day.
Right.
So it was not that I should. I'm not very BDS having these kind of things. I should, take this into thing because he went front on before all the critics had seen it and he went and put the review on first.
And he is someone who trashes the biggest of superstars and मतलब not many trashes like उसमें euphemism तो होता ही नहीं उनके वहाँ मतलब he just goes ballistic actually. And यहाँ तो half girlfriend को वो defend करने के लिए वो जान दे सकते हैं बिल्कुल. Which is wonderful actually because the fact is that he in many ways he affects us, the audience in many ways as well. Okay, so but coming to the criticism part of it, why you expect one thing which I think it will always be there for Chetan Bhagat novel is that considering that he is such a well-read novelist that people have read his material a lot as well, and obviously you can never recreate the book to celluloid, but still comparisons will be there. So, how do you deal with the comparisons when the way it happens? Because someone was telling me today that he has written it in a screenplay fashion. That the way it starts, that the Chetan is there. So maybe if that pattern, maybe if that would have been taken, it would have been something else. That's the perception which is there.
No, so first of all, to put a whole book into a 2-hour movie is very difficult. It's not possible. In fact, I was telling Chetan that maybe if you want to stay very connected to your books and stuff, maybe a web series will be a good idea to do because you can put in all the angles of that you have in it.
Right.
So he also understood that. But the question about how Chetan Bhagat is well read and what the interpretation of it, the basic elemental difference between the book and the movie is that the book was written in English and it's one language, and the whole film is about a boy who can't speak English very well. So I felt certain emotions that were not there in the book, and that's why some people did even criticize the book when it came out. Could come out more in the movie because Madhav was speaking in Bhojpuri in the film and she was speaking in English.
Right.
So all those things could not really stand out so much in the book. But nonetheless, he's a very popular book writer. It's something that he does connect with people. Maybe a lot of people from the film industry or the so-called media industry don't connect with, but somehow his books still do so well. So giving the devil his due, he is the devil his due. He is.
I think he's a wicked storyteller. That's it. Because even when you read Half Girlfriend, the fact is that the way it proceeds, you feel that the girl is dead in the beginning itself, and then what really happens. But maybe the way it unfolds in the book is something else.
I think the people that are liking the film are the ones that have consumed his book. Because at the end of the day, it's doing well in a pan-India sense.
I'm sure.
So that is actually his audience. His readers are pan-India. So therefore, if you equate the numbers to the reaction and to the hold of the film, I feel the people that buy his books are liking the film. There's a consistency in that actually.
We'll buy that.
No, you have. I mean, look at India numbers.
But there are people who have not actually. They feel that maybe.
Obviously, every film
has
opinions.
With the book and the movie, it will always be there. There are people who feel that maybe Kai Po Che, it was adapted in a certain manner, which
two states people had their
two states.
No, I had an
two states for that matter as well.
Screenplay of the book I had an issue because the second half of the book was only him searching in New York.
Right.
And in a love story, not having the girl for one whole half of the thing is kind of not, at least not my sensibility of the kind of films that I want to watch.
Right.
So the intentional thing of changing the screenplay, plus I think midway through the book, she's not dead, and he's just searching. So that I felt that portion would be more interesting if the hook of her dying still lingers onto the
also I think if I'm not mistaken, in the book the search is quite a long chapter.
Very long.
Yeah.
It's like
Very
a thriller almost, where you
It's
feel
the second half. The whole book is him searching in New York.
Then I guess that's a fair change.
Even this, what is being said is that people who have read the book is that it gets established that she's not dead, but in the movie till the last point of time, because it is also said that she doesn't have much time, but then she does have time, and she's actually
That,
singing.
to be honest, was Ekta's suggestion when she read the book. That was in fact her suggestion, that she suggested that keep the lingering thing that the girl still could be dying and he could be eating a dying girl.
Okay.
But I genuinely do feel, I mean, when I read the book, my own analysis of it was that what was the search about if you know that she's not dead? It's just actually just traveling in New York in different places. And I don't think he was getting also so dark in the book also while searching for the girl. So I guess see, everyone has their own adaptation.
Absolutely.
But my own interpretation of it was that I couldn't make a second half of a love story without a girl being there at all.
Okay, all right. Okay, and I think the actor who plays Shailesh, I think he's what's his name?
Vikrant Massey.
Vikrant. I think he's really. I think he really has a very important role in terms of this.
I
he's a
remember
catalyst.
I used to tell Mohit that he's the audience.
Yeah.
He's saying all the things that a person sitting in the theatre might be saying to a boy who's going through the situation.
Correct.
And I think full credit to Mohit for the casting. Because it's such an easy role. When you look at it on paper, you say, he's there in the film. But to find the correct person that adds that value, I think Vikrant is outstanding in the film. He's a damn good actor, and I think this film he's done amazingly well, and he helps the entire star cast come together. When there are good actors around you, when you have a Seema Biswas, when you have Vikrant Massey, when you have actors like this, it allows you to work even better.
We discussed the last time around that how you contribute when you are there and Shraddha Kapoor becomes a different actress altogether, and that if usko kahin dikh jaye Mohit Suri, to matlab ye hai that she knows that he'll get the best out of her. I think she's looked maybe the best in her career so far in the movie in terms of her styling and the way she's it's been outstanding. So how do you just look at her growth from say Ashiqui 2 and Ek Villain and now Half Girlfriend as an actress? I felt that she conveys a lot even when she's not saying something, which I think is wonderful. If you can convey through without saying anything.
I think that's maybe you're saying this film or generally?
I'm saying in this film primarily. She's a very fine actor. Anyways.
Yeah, I think that comes from a lot of conversation that we have about the shot. I mean, I always feel what actors have to do is what the director has or the writer has not written in the page, and actors have to bring that about. The scene is not ever the scene. There's a subtext to it. Like for example, the scene of the train is actually a scene of him narrating the speech that he's going to be saying, but actually the whole scene is about don't let me go, and please don't go and all this stuff. So those are the things. But as what I keep saying about Shraddha is, and why I enjoy working with her so much is, she still comes with that hunger and innocence that I had with her in what I had in Ashiqui. And now, because she's become more popular, she's become more skilled, she's worked with other directors also, she's got the skill set of a star. So what more can you ask for when you have an actor who has the innocence of a newcomer but the skill set of a star to work with you on the set. So I guess I enjoyed that a lot with her.
Okay, and Ashiqui 3, you're directing it?
I don't know. I don't have a script yet. I've been so consumed by Half Girlfriend. First, I'm going to take a break and for a few days, spend some time with my daughter, and then after that, I guess I'll start sitting and writing what I feel like doing next.
What about Mubaraka? Mubaraka, we had the first look that came out
yesterday.
Looks very interesting, double role, and then you have like a much younger looking at. So how's been the response that you've been getting from Mubaraka?
Outstanding, primarily because of the fact that the poster does promise to entertain. And I think that genre has not been utilized for the last few years. The family entertainer. I think it's a very underused genre by the younger actors.
But one of the very sweet thing that he said to me is that right now I just kind of realized it, that his family saw. I mean, they two just work together as co-actors, and they've come back from a long schedule of 45 days in London. So they've shot the film as actors, but now their family is seeing it, and they're seeing them as two generations coming together, and they're getting emotional about it. So I think there must be some really cool stuff in the film.
No, absolutely. At times, I feel that we should be doing one interview with you only just to discuss your interaction with Sonam Kapoor. She is an amazingly entertaining. Abhi, I interviewed her for the Raison, and before the interview, she asked me, "What will you ask me about fashion?"
I think my
Well,
family
she is
has,
amazing actually.
Yeah, I think my family
and then she
has,
tells me that, Faridun, you always tell me that I am amazing. You always tell me that, but गलती उसमें आपकी है कि आप क्या बताएगा? She is very entertaining.
Yeah, I think genuinely my family has people who have their own individual personalities. I think that's the best part about all of us. We don't mirror just each other, you know, there's an identity. Sonam has her identity, of course what Anil Kapoor has achieved. My father, when I interact with people and they tell me about his personal, because you get to see a father, you don't see the larger than life magnanimity of a producer every day.
And the sort of struggle that he has had.
Yeah, and even
Sanjay. He's spoken in
Sanjay.
some interview recently about this.
And even Sanjay, my other Chacha for that matter, the fact that he has the sense of humor and he's such an amazing person, people are so warm about that. Riya, Harsh. When my sister has spoken about, so you know, our family, for me, I am very, very proud and very, very happy to be an individual in a family full of so many colorful personalities. And they all have their unique standing, which I appreciate. I love what Sonam's achieving. I love what Riya's achieving. I love the fact that I can work with Anil Chachu at this point in my career because of what he's achieved, and I want to enjoy working and learning from my family. How many people get a chance to do that?
Absolutely.
So it's I'm very, very excited and happy, and hopefully Sonam will keep entertaining you, and so will I, and so will Anil Kapoor.
Sonam is amazing. She is really actually. She has that surprise question that can just, you have to be ready for that. You have to be.
The thing with Sonam is
you have to be, and
she's
it is
unpredictable, and that's the best part.
That is, you have to be on guard. That
like
something.
Arjun, I'm looking good, right? Right. I'm looking good, right? But you're looking better. So I'm like, but I didn't ask you how we are looking. You're looking so good in the film. I said, but Sonam, you know, you've seen one photo. No, but I know you're looking good in this film. So I was like, okay, that positivity and that support that she has, she just puts it there. You're looking great.
Right.
She's actually got that from Anil Chachu. Anil Chachu feels he's looking great all the time. Sonam wants everybody to look great all the time.
No, Anil Kapoor is so inspirational, man. Each time you meet him, like he is so positive that there's no doubt about that. Okay, what is the box office that you predict for Half Girlfriend? What is
I don't know these prediction trends, numbers. I don't know. I could never predict Villain. I could never predict Aashiqui.
You've seen Aashiqui 2 and Villain just breaking through the roof completely.
Yeah, but different ways. Like Aashiqui started at 5 crores and ended at 82. And Villain started at 16 or 17 crores and ended at 100. So I don't know how each film does, you know, because I can't really put a figure to it and stuff like that.
Yeah, actually, you can't equate any past film to your current release. It always is individual. The trends are different.
Trends are different. Tastes have changed.
Everything changes and evolves. It's like you can't put into perspective from your last hit or your last 3 films or your last flop. Everything is unique.
Right.
Every film has a unique journey.
Absolutely.
So the good part that I think we all know for a fact and we are all happy about it, the film is making money for all people concerned, and that's a very good starting point in a profession like ours, which is so fickle, as you know, Faridun. There are more minuses than pluses. So as on Monday morning to sit with you knowing that the film is a plus, that I think is an achievement that everybody affiliated with the film always wants. When you're making a film, you're knowing, okay, there's a heavy investment, you want a return. And if that has happened, after that, you're going to fly through with whatever happens now is the fate of the audience giving the film love.
Right. Both of you have turned producers as well. Are you happy with the 28% GST for cinema? A lot of people, they're having certain
I was in fact discussing this with Mr. Bhatt today in the morning, and I'm not too sure about whether it's a good... I think it is definitely going to tax.
Kapoor, he has
because what I learned was the entertainment tax is still allowed per state, so then that kind of negates you generalizing the tax for the films. Right. And also we've been compartmentalized with certain vices,
betting tobacco and alcohol.
Yeah, so
all the sin industry is what we are.
So our country's government is actually giving us no respect in that sense. If you look at it, by saying that you are part of just that element, but then we are expected to bring the nation together. We are expected to have a voice and opinion that brings change. We are expected to be the torchbearers of the face of the country across the world. We are expected.
We have to be socially
apt,
and
we have to be morally correct.
You have a wonderful message in the film, Half Girlfriend, like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, which is fabulous.
Yeah, and the language barrier also about the fact that
So but I think that girl child, the way you guys have I think it's wonderful, because when a popular medium it goes out, people don't realize that
it connects. It stays in the back of your mind.
The reach it has is wonderful.
I mean, I know for a fact when I did Kiyanka, it wasn't just the message, but when I meet people, that message is there where people say, "Arey, mere husband ko dekhne ke baad, he started helping me." Now these are things that the film industry manages to do in an entertaining format.
Right.
But our government doesn't seem to really quantify that with giving us an opportunity to do better.
Right.
See, we are doing well despite. The sad part is that, and we are doing well by, we still manage to push through without asking for help.
Right.
But there is no support system in place for the industry.
Right.
There's no official support from the country as such to position us, and I was hoping the GST actually comes down.
That's what even I thought.
Which would have made it equalized for the entire country in a fair way.
And what Mr. Kapoor is saying that the local state
they can still put a tax.
Yeah,
they
that's
can
what.
still
That's
do
the
that.
weird
That's
part.
the
तो फिर
clarity.
आप
still
कह रहे हो
not.
हम तो 30% डालेंगे और ऊपर से जो आया उसमें हमारा स्ट्रेस नहीं है. So actually it might go higher.
It will.
See, like
and apparently the regional cinema, it will get very.
Of course, it will suffer because they could have been tax free. See, like I think in Maharashtra it is tax free when you make a Marathi film, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
In Tamil Nadu, Telugu,
like Punjab didn't have a tax. Right?
Punjab didn't have tax. So their regional cinema was booming because
booming
of that.
right now.
I don't think they pay tax in all the southern part of India. They don't pay tax for their own language
Bengali
films.
cinema.
Yeah, so your own language will now suffer.
Bhojpuri and
So, and by film industry, I don't mean Bollywood per se. I mean all of us creative people are trying to make films.
Yeah.
We need some support at some point. Otherwise, it just goes all over the place.
And, like certain like I'm saying also in Marathi cinema is now growing, but it actually had a limitation because of the language.
Right.
So you need your industries to get.
Do you know we have to pay service tax?
I know. That's all.
Exactly. And then on top of it, somehow even the security issues are there. That many a times, like whatever happened with Padmavati, for example, the security is still not there. So there's no accountability over there. So आपका taxation भी हो रहा है, security.
You always want to believe that the people are thinking about you as an industry, but then when this happens, you feel let down. There's a disappointment. There's okay, you're on your own. You got to do this on your own, which is so sad because I think the film industry does provide a lot of value to the country, and it's not tangible. Maybe you can't put numbers on it all the time.
Yeah, no, in terms of
just
as a country, the way it affects the people. I'll send you one video. We were in Egypt, and there is this girl who sang "Tum Hi Ho." Egyptian girl sang "Tum Hi Ho" for us in Alexandria.
No, he sent me yeah, but that's the way. I mean, there was a blind girl who's not seen.
Yeah, there was
can't
a video
see Ashiki, and he sent it to me. Who's singing "Sun Raha Na Tu."
Yeah.
That's music's made that kind of effect, and now today I know she's been groomed by one of her leading music directors to sing. So imagine a girl who's, I think she's an orphan. It's a great career thing for her.
Absolutely. Okay,
but yeah, let's be positive and let's hope some kind of respite comes in some fashion. I think we as a creative profession would love to be surprised with some kind of support system coming to place. I hope this is not permanent, and I hope something good comes
Definitely. The fact is that Indians living abroad, they actually learn the language. They make their children learn the language through the films.
Yeah.
And they're crazy about it. They're absolutely... Anyway, I'll be shot by Priyanka. So thank you very much and congratulations once again for Half Girlfriend, and we hope that it goes from strength to strength.
Thank you.
And KR के आपके साथ में ही है, तो समझ लीजिए कि the hand of God is with you.
हिंदुस्तान की ऑडियंस हमारे साथ.
बिल्कुल, हिंदुस्तान की ऑडियंस भी है और anyways, it will seem I'm promoting the guy, but he loves you actually. There's no doubt about that. So thank you very much and all the best wishes. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Yeah.